Real quick, I just want to get a feel for the room here. Parents, if you have a teenager at home, just applause. If you got a teenager. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I ask that question every show. That's all it ever gets. Some kind of half-hearted, weak, feeble clap. Just thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Here's my favorite one. If you had a teenager and they grew up and they moved out of your home, applaud. Always a lot more life behind that one. I got some bad news for you. They're coming back. I don't know what they're calling this generation, but I'm calling it the boomerang generation. I had one leave at 18, came back at 19, and actually said this to me. You don't know what it's like out there. I'm telling you, Dad, that phone bill kept coming every month. I believe teenagers are God's revenge on mankind. One day, God was looking down over his creation and said, hey, let's see how they like it to create someone of their own image who denies their existence. Because I've read the Bible cover to cover. It never mentions how old Satan was when he rejected God's authority. My guess, 16. Is there anything your 16-year-old doesn't know? At one point, I was going to call NASA and let them know what I had living under my roof. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, this boy knows everything. And pick him up soon. He's going to the moon without a suit. It's puberty. I'm telling you, something happens at puberty. My oldest son went through puberty at 11 years old. Took him a half an hour. I'm on the road. I call home. He's 11. He picks up the phone. Hey, Dad, how are you? What's going on? What's happening? How you doing? I called home the next night. That same kid picked up my telephone. Hello. Hey, who are you? Put my wife on the phone and get out of my house. I don't own a pool, Cabana boy. And they're all different. My youngest son was 6'2", 230 pounds, 13 years old. This man-child walked around us for weeks. His voice never dropped. Hey, man, how are you? What are you doing? Come on, how do you keep a straight face during that phase of development? He'd yell at his brother. We'd have farm animals showing up at our back porch, standing in the middle of a hall. Get out of my room. Daddy's in my room. He's touching my stuff. Hey, dial it down. There's 2 goats on the porch asking for you. Oh, that's funny, Dad. Why don't you put that one in your dumb show? So I do. That's right. And the talk, every father that had a son in this room knows what the talk is. So you sit him in a chair as a boy. When he gets out of that chair, he's a man, because for the first time in his life, he hears the truth, the facts of life. You look him right in the eye. Boy, you've got to quit eating all the food in this house. Slow down. There's 5 of us here. We feel like we're in competition for that food with you. This is an American home, not the Serengeti. There'll be more food tomorrow. Save some for that little brother of yours. He's so skinny he fell down a sewer grate. He did. Thank God he was wearing his bike helmet. He didn't fall all the way through. Those bike helmets save real lives. So glad the legislators gave us bike helmet laws. I grew up in America before the lawyers took it over and ruined it. In my day, if a kid fell off the monkey bars and chipped a bone, that was funny. And if he was stupid in the process of falling off the monkey bars, his father punched him for being stupid. That's right. See, stupid was frowned upon in my day. Wasn't rewarded with $1 million court settlements. Give you an example of stupid in my life. I was a young lad, 12 years old. Someone told me get a ball jar, canning jar, you know what those are? Find some dry ice and put it in the jar, put the lid on it. I said, what's going to happen? They said, it's going to blow up. I was 12. Cool. What's dry ice? Ice cream man has dry ice. So one day, I run out with my ball jar. I hear the ice cream man coming. I ask him, you got any dry ice? He goes, what you going to do with it? I'm going to put it in his jar, put the lid on it, and it's going to explode. Ice cream man says, cool. Here's your dry ice. That's the America I grew up in. That's right. Thank you. And of course, that night, my mother sat at the kitchen table picking shards of glass out of my forehead. When my father walked in, said, how'd that happen? Someone told me you put dry ice in a ball jar, it'll blow up. So knowing that, you were staring at that jar till it blew up in your face? Yep. What am I raising, a moron? Looks that way. I never did it again, because that'd have been really stupid. That's how you learn not to do something. It hurts. God gave mankind pain for a reason. It's a teaching tool. C.S. Lewis said suffering was God's megaphone. We're the most pain-adverse society in the history of the world, and I'm not an advocate for it. I'm just telling you, get over it and quit suing people. Car seats, I'm tired of strapping my granddaughters in like NASCAR drivers just to go to the mini-mart. I'm going to get a hernia getting a Diet Coke, for God's sakes. When my kids were little, we left the car running when we went into the mini-mart. Hey, don't pull on the stick shift. I'll be right back. When I was a kid, I walked the back seat of my mother's car. She'd be driving down the road. I'd be walking from side to side. Sure, every now and then she'd hit the brakes. I'd fly up into the front seat. She'd toss me in the back. What are you doing up here? It's out of hand. Health food? We didn't have health food. We had food. You're going to eat it because kids were starving in China, for God's sakes. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I'm eating it. And then we had food that would put hair in your chest. If you were a young boy, this will put hair. Who knew every man in America would be waxing their body? I told my wife, I ain't waxing for nobody. I ate sardines for this pelt, baby. You're going to lay next to it and you're going to like it. I got to buy organic fruit roll-ups for my granddaughter. They have to be organic. Have you seen a fruit roll-up? You could patch a flat bicycle tire with a fruit roll-up. I can't imagine what it's doing to her 2-year-old colon zipping through there. And then my daughter-in-law says, well, they're made with real fruit. I said, well, so is real fruit made with real fruit. And then I got to hear about the pesticides. The pesticides, that's your issue, pesticides? My mother used to give us mercury to play with on the kitchen table. She'd play with this. It breaks up into little BBs. Here's a lead paint chip. Knock that around for a while. Then I'd take a bath, put on my asbestos pajamas, and go to bed. And look how I turned out. All right. Well, you guys have been absolutely wonderful. I can't thank you enough. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Allow me to introduce your first comedian tonight, a very funny lady from Atlanta, Georgia. Please put your hands together for Lace Larrabee.
Hey, everybody. I am so happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy. Thank you. But listen, it's not because I love doing comedy. It's just mainly because I'm happy to be anywhere that's not a baby shower. Yeah. I'm at that place in my life where all my friends just keep having babies and getting remarried. It's really magical. Yeah. Listen, I love my friends. I do. I don't love their baby showers. These moms-to-be are getting real brazen with their baby registries. Has anyone else noticed this? Yeah, they're starting to register for stuff for their babies that I can't afford for myself. Yeah, I don't appreciate it. I don't at all. I had a girlfriend of mine recently. She registered for, I think it was vegan, organic, paraben-free, coconut lavender body wash. For her fetus. Are you listening to me? That's insane. That's a nice product. That's something you don't deserve in life until you've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown woman. I have been through it, okay? But I found myself earlier this week having to cut open a plastic bottle of lotion so I could get that last little dollop out of the top. That's a little life hack Pinterest won't tell you about. I don't know if you've done that one before, right? You get those same junk drawer scissors, the one you use to open up a bag of raw chicken breast with, right? Those same... You get those scissors and you go carving after that bottle of lotion. It's the grocery store brand, not even like the nice stuff. It's like fake Jergens. Like Fergans. That's what I'm having to use. I got to use that on my body, but I got friends who want me to buy their baby something that's organic and paraben-free. How about no? How about I just get them some Dawn dishwashing liquid? Yeah. The blue kind. And they can wash that kid in the kitchen sink like my mom did me. All your friends try to entice you to come to their showers, right? They try to tell you there'll be games. It'll be fun. There'll be games. Those games are never fun. There's one that's running rampant right now, and I don't know who started it, but I want to get a hold of them. There is this game where what they do is they melt different types of candy bars. Yeah, into diapers. Yeah, that's a nice visual, isn't it? Yeah, and then the people playing the game have to decide by sight and taste. Yeah. What kind of candy bar it is. Yeah. If anyone's going to be planning a shower and you want to play that game, here's my advice to you. Don't. That's disgusting. You're going to lose all your friends. Nobody wants to play a poop game. I hate to tell you. I hate to be the one to break it to you. All my friends, too, I don't know, I guess they all think they're Martha Stewart now. I don't know what the deal is. They all think that their showers and their toddlers' parties need to be so special. They think they need to be so unique, right? They all need to have a theme and a hashtag. Yeah, and you better use it, because they're watching. They have to hand make all the decorations, right? They can't just go pick something. Just pick something, right? Pink or blue, go with that. They can't do that, though. They go to like Michael's or any other craft store, right? They go spend $65 just on twine alone. So they can make stuff like a banner with their dumb baby's name on it. Sorry, but it's a dumb name, because it's got like way too many E's in it. We all know they could have just used a Y. Then they want to hand make little goodie bags to give away to you while you're there, right? They're like, here, take this. And I'm like, I don't want it. And they're like, but I made it. And I'm like, I just want to tell my friends that nobody wants your handmade gifts. If I'm at your shower, it's just because I want to see how fat you've gotten. That's all. Oh, it's going to be all right. I hope I didn't hit too close to home with the dumb baby names thing, but I can do that. I can make fun of those names. I don't know if you caught this, but I myself have a dumb baby name. That's right. When I was born, my mom named me Lace. That's it. Yeah, Lace. It's not short for Lacey or anything cool, right? No, it's just Lace. People will meet me and they're like, that is such a neat name. Is that your stage name? And they don't even know I do comedy. So that's rude. That's rude. They want me to have a good story for my name, and I don't. It's just the kind of name that you get, you know, when your parents are 17 when they get married. Yeah, that's right. You too could share a name with an original American gladiator. Yeah. Or a contestant from The Bachelor. Yeah. If your mom was the only girl on the cheerleading squad with a husband. Yeah, I have this little fantasy about why my parents had me so young, and I like to tell myself, you know, it wasn't just because they were honeymooning in the back seat of a 1975 Gremlin. Yeah, that my dad painted with yellow house paint. No, that's not why I'm here. It's because my mom had a plan, right? She could see the future. She was like, listen here, David, one day we're going to have a daughter named Lace, and she's going to find herself broke and childless in her early 30s. Yeah. As a has-been beauty queen bartender, pursuing her big dream of being a stand-up comedian, performing all over the country, usually for free, in front of tens of people at a time. So, y'all are so great. Thank you so much.
Lace Larrabee, folks. Keep it going for Lace Larrabee. Yeah. And please help me welcome to the stage from Atlanta, Georgia, Dan Mengini. Come on. Yeah, baby.
Here's the deal, y'all. I do comedy because I have what they call an overactive brain. It don't make me smart. It just causes a lot of fear in my life. And doctors have actually told me that from now on, when I fly, bam, take Xanax. Yeah. For those of you that don't know what that drug does, before, when I was on a plane flying through a storm, I would think, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. But now, on a plane in a storm, I look around and say, whoo, thank God I'm not on this plane. These people gonna die. I'm just gonna get my taxes done. My parents are proud. I gotta tell you, being on stage is like a dream come true, man. When I was little, I told my parents, who were really funny, I was like, Mom, Dad, when I grow up, I wanna be a comedian or a model. So one day, they gave me this huge mirror and said, son, look, start telling jokes. My parents are hilarious, man. I had a good childhood, I really did, but 3 years ago, Mom and Dad got a divorce. Sad, right? But here's the funny thing. They called it quits in their 70s. We're like, what? That's like being 29 years into a 30-year home loan and going, hey, let's refinance. That divorce, man, stressing me out. I mean, I love my parents, but all I do now all day, every day, is explain to my father how to use his cell phone. Yeah, I bought a 72-year-old man an iPhone to give him a reason to live. Turns out, just a reason for me not to. He sends me 4 blank text messages a day. And if you text him 30 seconds later, your phone rings and he says, did you call me? I think I might kill myself. I think some of you are taking me a little too seriously. You got to realize up front, I'm a complete idiot. Trust me, I'm the kind of guy that lands in Paris, looks out the window and thinks, wow, that's a huge cell phone tower. I wish I was smart, man. Thank God, my best friend, y'all, genius. Korean kid named David Woo. Known him since I was 2 years old. I will never forget the day we met. Check it out. It was a Tuesday, and I was wearing a Superman costume. Because it was a Tuesday. And my dog ran out the front door around the corner, chasing. There he was, petting my puppy. First Asian person my 2-year-old brain had ever seen in its entire life. And I thought, wow, I better take this thing home with me. 30 seconds later, walking the front door with a dog in one arm, Korean kid under the other, cape flapping in the wind. And my 5-year-old brother goes, oh my gosh, how far did you fly? My whole family's stupid. I tell you, being dumb stresses me out, man, especially at the grocery store. I mean, I love getting food, right? But when I get to the cashier and they're like, Dan, paper or plastic? My brain says, well, if you choose paper, you get home, that's like 12 trips from your car to the kitchen. Plastic, 1 trip. Because you pop open the trunk and then weave these fingers through 95 handles. Then you lift them. All right, left side, left side. Wait a minute, these bags are lighter. Hold on, let me put the milk over here. Now I'm balanced. Oh my God, how am I gonna close my trunk? For me, that 20-second walk to the house, most grueling part of my entire week. I'm mumbling, man, I gotta work out, man, I gotta work out, man, I gotta work out. Finally get to the front door, and it's like, dang it, the keys are in my pocket. So you gotta put down the bags, unlock the door, pick up the bags, and reweave your fingers. Always miss that one handle, just praying to the Lord your bananas don't fall out. By the time I get to the kitchen counter, there's no blood left in my hands. Hurts to straighten my fingers out, and I'm stuck with that kung fu grip for 6 weeks. Should have chose paper, but no, it was worth it because we made 1 trip, and now we got bags for our bathroom trash can. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Good night.
Yeah! All right, man. Thank you. Thank you. Dan Mengini, folks. Dan Mengini. Yeah! All right. Well, let's keep this comedy train going, man, with a good friend of mine from Salem, Tennessee, Dale Jones. Dale Jones.
Awesome, thank you. My parents used to clap when I walked into the room, but they were trying to turn out the lights. I like the one clapper. That's my favorite. When you hear one person clap, because in my head it sounds like a lonely hoedown. You're like... What I'm trying to say is that my name's Dale, and I like to lick batteries. So, that one person, hi, Dale. I'm a country boy, obviously. I grew up in a rural community, and the problem with living in a rural community is I can't say the word rural. I've never been able to say that. Rural. It makes me think maybe my dog didn't know how to talk. You know, maybe he was trying to teach me how to say it. Rural. Rural. You keep this up, we're both gonna get neutered. Here's where it gets weird. My home address was Route 1. It was, and I found out if you say that 5 times fast, you sound like Scooby-Doo, and your teacher will hold you back a year. Because I used to practice, but I couldn't get it down. I'm in front of the whole class. I remember, right. She's on the phone with my mom. I don't think he's ready for the 3rd grade. I was a pain in the butt. When I was a little kid, when I was 16, I got arrested for stealing a for sale sign out of somebody's yard and putting it in front of the courthouse. That's when I found out I wasn't going to be a lawyer. Because I'm in the back of the cop car trying to talk my way out of it, but I'm using the potato defense. I'm like, I say funny, you say felony, let's call the whole thing off. Sorry, I was laughing about something before I said it. My mother loved me, though. She used to give me a bear hug every night before I went to bed. Big bear. She called it a bear hug. Social services called it the sleeper hold. But look at me. It was necessary. It's probably 3 o'clock in the morning. It's time to go down, sweetie. It's time to get. I'm tapping out. Are we still wrestling? That's what. Like, my show is sponsored by Adderall. Hang with me. I'm hearing a lot of this for the first time, too. I got 3 brain cells left and 2 are playing hide and go seek right now. Here's the best advice my dad ever gave me. I was 14, first day at high school. My dad goes, hey, if you get your fingers cut off in wood shop, you're going to flunk typing. So I'm an idiot. I told that to the shop teacher, and he's like, oh, you think that's funny, don't you? But that's not what I called you here to talk about. I want to talk about fishing shows. I don't know why they're still on TV. Why don't you just go outside and fish? How bored do you have to be to watch a fishing show? And the worst one ever was hillbilly hand fishing. Did you ever see that? Hillbillies catching fish with their hands. I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, I ain't going to turn this on again until they have a Shark Week. That'd be the greatest fishing show ever right there. Why aren't you out there, Billy Ray? I ran out of bait. Tune in next week. We're going to give away Billy Ray's truck. It's a stick. He don't need it. I got to go. Thank you so much.